All right, so today we're going to do something a little bit different, and do me a favor, can you comment down below? Tell me if you like this kind of video, if you don't like this kind of video, or just in general, what types of videos you want to see. I want to make videos about Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and High Point that are useful for you, so please drop a comment down below, even if it's just to let me know that you think I'm awesome, super handsome, or anything else. I want to hear about it. Hey, it's Jeff Valentino, your favorite real estate agent in North Carolina. If I can help you buy or sell a house, my contact info is below. And today we're going to talk about some new and exciting things coming to Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and High Point. And this is going to be good for people that are either considering moving here and want to know what's going on, or if you're already living here and you just want to keep up to date on some current happenings. We're going to go over that for you as well. And we're going to break it up into 3 different areas. We're going to talk about housing and real estate. We're going to talk about the restaurant scene, and then the jobs and tech scene, all right? So let's get right into it with what's going on in real estate and housing, and there are some exciting things happening in Winston-Salem and in Greensboro. So first, just outside of Greensboro, just east of Greensboro, it was just announced that a company based out of Raleigh, a big real estate developer, Greenhawk Corporation, is going to be developing 630 new homes just outside of Greensboro. This is fantastic news for things that like the Toyota plant that's coming there and the Publix distribution center and all the other jobs that are coming into Greensboro. Housing is really needed here. We've been at a shortage, you've probably heard, but so this is great news that these houses are going to go up. 630 houses just outside of Greensboro from a really well-known developer. I'm excited to see how this comes along. And speaking of new construction, take a look at this graph right here. You're going to see that new construction pending sales have continued to tick upwards since a low of July of 2021. We had a really slow time in new construction, if you remember everything that was going on with the supply chain. And this affected new construction throughout the country, but especially areas, that we're talking about today, Winston-Salem, Greensboro. So it's really good to see after all that these pending new construction sales continue to tick up. That's really encouraging news for the overall inventory situation in the Triad. But it does not mean that the supply chain issues are over. We're still here with some delays, and builders aren't building as much as they want to, as quick as they want to. Lumber prices are still going up, but it is very encouraging to see the number of pending new construction sales continue to climb. Last and most exciting thing on the housing and real estate front today is the Villages at Summerfield. This suburb just outside of Greensboro is just poised to explode over the next decade or so. Plans were recently unveiled for almost 3,800 new homes on just about 1,000 acres. That's going to be in 11 different villages in Summerfield. I've seen the pictures and renderings of what's going to go on there. It's going to be really beautiful. There's going to be some apartments, townhouses, single family homes, starting prices in the upper 200s all the way up to multi-million-dollar homes. It's really exciting what's going to be going on at the Villages of Summerfield. One of the things I really liked was their commitment to keeping a lot of green space. So they're committed to having 50% of this land remain green space. And what I really like about it also is they really focused on the planning of this when they're putting the communities and villages, as they're calling them, together. They're going to give priority to trails, green space, parks, views, and things like that. So they're really keeping that in mind, and it sounds like really slow, deliberate planning that we've seen from other successful suburbs or other really highly sought after suburbs like Louisville. Things that they're doing, they're kind of doing that just in a little bit of a bigger scale here, which is really exciting. They also said they're going to be slow and steady with this. It's not going to be something where boom, it's going to be 3,000 houses overnight. This is going to be 3,800 houses over a decade or more. So really just slow, steady growth to let the community kind of absorb, take in this development, and help them, still keep that small town feel while they're still growing and having all kinds of amenities like retail, restaurants. There's plans for additional schools for this and everything. It just seemed like a really well thought out plan. I'm really excited to see how this shakes out. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff going on in the housing sector in Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and the Triad in general. But also it's got some really exciting news in the restaurant and food scene here as well. The first thing is we have some James Beard semifinalists in Winston-Salem and in Greensboro. My favorite overall restaurant in the Triad, Machete in Greensboro, is a semi-finalist for Best New Restaurant, which is amazing. Super excited for those guys over there. The restaurant is phenomenal. And in Winston-Salem, we have Stephanie Tyson of Sweet Potatoes and Peyton Manning of Mission Pizza Napolitana, both semi-finalists for Best Chef Southeast. And you know, the James Beard Awards, that's kind of like the, you know, the Oscars for the restaurant industry. The James Beard and Michelin stars, those are like the highest level awards that they can get. So hopefully one or all of these, you know, can bring home some James Beard Awards to the Triad. I think it would be great, but just the simple fact to get a nomination says really, really big things about the growing food scene here. One thing I'm super excited about is a new restaurant coming right downtown, right in Bailey Park. It's going to be a beautiful location. The restaurant's called 600 Degrees. They're going to feature live fire cooking where they're going to have fire and they're going to cook over live coals. If the food tastes as good as the pictures look here, it should be a phenomenal place. You'll probably see me eating there often. The location's amazing. It's going to have views right out onto the park, and highly regarded local chef Travis Myers is the head chef there, so I'm really, really excited about 600 Degrees. Lastly, in the jobs and tech industry in Winston-Salem, Greensboro and High Point, there are some really exciting things going on there as well. In Greensboro, Volvo already has their North American headquarters in Greensboro. You probably knew that already. Well, this week they just announced and broke ground on their new financial services division that's going to have its global headquarters in Greensboro as well. So they broke ground on their global financial headquarters, and to bring Volvo Financial to Greensboro, they're investing over $40 million in the building and infrastructure around there. And all in all, it's going to bring a little over 360 high-paying jobs to Greensboro and the rest of the Triad, so that's exciting news. And then in Winston-Salem, we have Gorilla RF, which is a local startup company that's doing really well. They've just got their SEC approval, so they're one step closer to being a publicly traded company, which should open up a lot of investment for them and hopefully much more opportunity for them to grow in the Winston-Salem area. So good on you, Gorilla RF, congrats. And then we have also just recently announced in the last week or two where a lot of other manufacturing companies that are bringing some really, really solid high-paying jobs to the area. And the most exciting thing about this is not only are they bringing jobs in, but these companies are all investing money in the Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and High Point to do this. We have companies like RPM Wood Finishers, Brasscraft, an aerospace company called TAT Technologies, and a ductwork maker are among the others. Those companies are investing almost $60 million and bringing over 260 new high-paying manufacturing jobs here as well. So there's just some really exciting things going on in the jobs and tech industry here as well. If you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Winston-Salem, Greensboro, or anywhere in the Triad for that matter, I'd love to be a resource for you. You can call or text me at 336-837-5924, or you can email me at jeff@govalentino.com. Thanks.